How's it going, everybody? Thank you for watching another episode of Short Guy Drinks Whiskey. Tonight we are back to drinking bourbon, talking about Four Roses Single Barrel. Oh, shit!
Up until now, I really didn't have a problem with drinking whiskey out of a container that looks like this versus this. But what happens when a non-whiskey drinker like myself starts taking whiskey more seriously? Will I ever be able to tell the difference between a scotch or a bourbon, or pull out those awesome aromas that all the sommeliers can out of a Glencairn glass? But most importantly, out of 365 days, where will I rank the world's top whiskeys versus the lower ones? Let's find out as Short Guy Drinks Whiskey.
So here's how Four Roses runs their program. They basically have 2 different types of mash bills and 5 different types of yeast. And when they mix them together, they come out with 10 different recipes. Now, of course, to make things easier to decipher, they put letter codes on everything. So the 2 mash bills have a code, and then the 5 yeast strains, when they get together, you come out with a 4-letter designation. If you want to go check it out, it's on the Four Roses website. Now, what's nice about having these 10 different recipes is you can mix them however you want. So their first offering that everybody's very familiar with is their generic or their yellow label. That's got all 10 recipes mixed into one, aged for about 5 years. Next up, you got your small batch and your small batch select. So the small batch uses 4 different recipes and the small batch select uses 6, and they're both aged for right around 6 to 7 years. And of course, the single barrel is a single barrel with 1 recipe, aged for a minimum of 7 to 10 years. Now, I should clarify what that means is, it's a minimum between 7 to 10. You may luck out and get something a little bit older, but no less than 7 years. Now, it just so happens that this is recipe number 1, and the mash bill that this is using has super high rye. It's like 35%. Even the lower one is like 20%, so I expect this to be one the spicy meatball. Let's get it into the glass. Alright guys, I gotta tell you, the fruitiness and sweetness that's coming out of the mouth of this glass is intoxicating. Let's have a look at the color on that here. There we go. Pick that up so you guys can have a look alongside with me there. Kind of a honey color. Little bit darker than honey maybe. Man, that smells so good. Alright, gonna let that sit and get it on the nose. Alright, so we got 50% ALC, 100% proof, very approachable. Like I mentioned earlier, the sweetness is just spilling up over the top. Let's give it a big nose. Alright, so instantly not a lot of burn. What's weird is I don't smell the 35% rye in there. Not a lot of spice. Very sweet. Like the darker caramels and the toffees. A little bit of fruitiness in there too. This is going to be delicious. Let's give it a taste. Man, when you tip that glass back, you can just smell. Oh man, that is so fruity. Well-rounded, not a lot of spikiness, just like the smell. Like it didn't burn and spike my nose. The taste is very well-rounded. But yeah, like I was mentioning, when you tip that glass back, you can really smell the oak on the bottom there. Alright, let's go for a deeper taste here. Very smooth, very rounded, no spikiness. Pretty long lasting, it's still on my palate. Going down, there's the rye. Woo. One more. Maybe a little bit of burn. That's beautiful, guys. That single barrel stuff is delicious. Alright guys, once again, that's Four Roses Single Barrel. It was absolutely delicious. I can't wait to try more stuff from Four Roses. But even now, it's long lasting, still giving me the good tingle. As I gotten down on the taste all the way down through the follow through, I got a lot of the woodiness and the oakiness. Man, this stuff is delicious. Guys, if you haven't tried Four Roses single barrel, give it a try. Guys, that's the ending of the video. Hope you found it useful. If you liked it, please give it the thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to Kimo365, please do. Remember, I'll catch you guys laters.